Hey loves, Kim here, and I'm back with another video. So if this is your first time on the channel, I just want to say welcome and thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you never miss an upload from me. And if you're an OG that's been here for a minute, thank you so much for coming back. So first and foremost, I just want to say happy holidays, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy whatever you celebrate this time of year. This year usually brings around the sense of, just winter cheer and fellowship and friends and family and all of that. And if you don't happen to celebrate anything, happy winter vibes. It's pretty chilly where I am right now, but I'm actually enjoying the weather, so I hope you all are having a wonderful time of this year. And if not, hopefully this video can make you feel a little bit better. And yeah, welcome. So yeah, here we are. I don't quite have a name for this build, but do I ever? Not really. But the purpose of it is to kind of function as like a community lot where your Sims can come and they can just engage in some different winter activities like skating, like on the ice, and then things like karaoke and, just having a good old time with other people in the community. And I decided to build this in Brindleton Bay. One, because I don't typically build in Brindleton Bay, and two, I really wanted to build something on this lot. It's a 64 by 64 lot with the really nice kind of curved driveway. I've really wanted to build something over there for the longest, and when I decided to build this kind of, it's not exactly a resort or a lodge because I didn't make any like rooms for your Sims to sleep in, but it is like a community lot where you're able to engage and enjoy winter activities. So I don't really know how to categorize it at the moment, but I'm sure I'll think of something. But anyway, I chose this lot because I thought it was beautiful, and I love the backdrop that Brindleton Bay brings with all of the oceans and the lighthouse out far and the horizon. So yeah, definitely wanted to bring that build and my idea to this beautiful place. So yeah, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing great actually. I'm trying to get a couple videos out to you all. For this Christmas, I am going to be doing more of the hands-on preparation. So if you don't know already, we've recently moved house last month, and we also hosted Thanksgiving over here. So we decided to do Christmas as well, and we plan on having more guests this time, and it's just a lot going on currently. So we are getting some housework done. There was this window that was kind of like in between our dining room space and then the office, and we kind of felt like it was weird to have an interior window like that, so we've recently got it removed, but now it's just a bunch of sheetrock and mud around it, so it's kind of unsightly. So I've been painting the wall, so I would just have to go back over that area. So that's fun. I have to do that today. Also, I told my mom that I wanted to help her cook this year. What was I thinking, right? No, I've actually wanted to help cook for a while. I was just kind of been hesitant to do that because the way my family is set up, I am the baby out of my siblings. Even though I am an adult, I still feel like they kind of consider me the baby of the family. And I don't know, I feel like certain people like to hold on to their traditions. So like my mom always cooks, and I didn't want to kind of infringe upon that because I know a lot of times tradition means a lot to people, and she's an amazing cook, obviously. And I don't know, I just didn't want to disturb the balance of the way that things have always been. But this year I'm getting a little bit older, and well, I'm getting a little bit older every year, right? But I am getting a little bit older, and excuse me, I wanted to just learn some recipes that have been in my family for a while. That way, one day, if I am blessed to have children, I can pass down those traditions and also be able to help out my mom more when she wants to cook for the holidays. So yeah, I volunteered to do that. So we'll probably start doing that later on today. And what else? Since our house is kind of under construction, I haven't really done any decorating yet. I've bought all of the items that I want to decorate with. However, since there's just kind of like debris around from the removing of the window and painting and things like that, I haven't been able to properly set that up. So that is also on the agenda today. So yeah, busy Christmas Eve for me, but that is okay. I'm so happy to be able to do that, and I'm glad that my boyfriend and I have moved into a space that allows us to have our families over and entertain and, you know, just create all of those wonderful memories that you get older and look back on and are so grateful that you've had the time to spend with your family. So yeah, anyway, let's talk about this build. So like I said, it's not exactly like a resort or a lodge because there is no bedrooms or places for your Sims to sleep, but it is kind of along those lines. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a day lodge. I don't know how to exactly categorize it. And there's two main buildings, so or two key structures. So there's the main building, which is towards the front, and that's where we will have most of our amenities and gameplay items. So there's going to be kind of like a pastry bar. There's also a karaoke area and a piano room. And then on the second level, there's kind of like a meeting space where you can kind of say, okay, I want to reserve this for my party. So maybe if, you know, you're on like a company trip or something like that, you can say, I want this space and I'm going to hold my meetings in here. And then there's also kind of like a banquet room, which subsequently, if you're having a meeting at a place, you're going to want to eat or feed your employees. So yeah, there's that option in there as well. And then the second building, which is smaller, in my head, that's kind of like a winter shop. So you'll be able to buy like different winter outfits. And if you haven't noticed already, there's like these two big hills. I actually created them off camera because I wasn't sure how they were going to come out. And I didn't want this video to be too long. But yeah, there's these two hills, and in my mind, like you can ski down there. Those are like snow slopes. Now, unfortunately, we are unable to actually ski. But in my mind, these will be like two slopes. So one is like a bunny slope, and then the other is like the big slope for people that are a little bit more brave. And we also add a ice skating rink, and I'm so excited for this because I've been wanting to build something with a rink for the longest. Now, there's been a couple times when I attempted to create a skating rink lot or a roller rink lot, but it just really didn't come out exactly how I wanted to, so I never shared that with you all. But I really love how the ice skating rink came out. My only issue with the ice skating rinks, or the rinks in general, I just wish that there was an option where it was just the floor so you can build them inside a little bit better, if that makes sense. The walls that come with the rinks kind of limited to just outside building unless you take your time and really hide it within the walls, but then everything looks bulky and kind of messy. So I wish that there was a rink that was just the floor piece itself. But anyway, you guys, we are kind of laying out our areas now and putting down some key furniture, so I know which space is going to serve which purpose. So I believe right now we're kind of like in our piano room. There's also going to be a bar here, and I love the kind of golden bar that came with the Get Famous pack. And yeah, I just really love this room. I feel like it looks kind of luxurious and it's really calming. Your more mature Sims would really enjoy this area, in my personal opinion. Even though I am an adult, I'm still a young adult, and I think I would enjoy this area. I really enjoy stuff like jazz music and just like water pouring down. So that's why I added the waterfall in here from Spa Day, and just really nice, calming vibes. Like I really, really love that. And yeah, I've always liked stuff like that, even when I was a child. I remember listening to jazz with my grandpa when he picked me up from elementary school. And I don't know, it's just always a fond memory that I will have with him. So yeah, jazz is still my favorite genre of music to this day. And I feel like that's partially the influence for it. Now I'm using these seats that came with Seasons. I believe the bar stools are from Get Famous, but the rest of the seating should be from Seasons. Yeah, Seasons. Hopefully I didn't get those two mixed up. But anyway, I really, really love these. I love this particular swatch and the pillows with kind of like the black tree on the white background. I really, really love the contrast. I feel like it's simple, but it's still kind of sleek. And I also like the fact that the frame that the seat isn't automatically black or automatically white. I think the light brown is a nice kind of balance between the stark contrast between the black and white. And I always adore that canvas from Seasons. I decided to use the one with the mountaintops because I felt like it was appropriate and it was going to reflect what was going to be the end result of this build. So yeah, I'm just adding in some more lights and some more paintings and decor and things like that. I do end up moving those spotlights into our karaoke room because I just felt like it was a bit much in like the nice calm piano room. But we'll get to that in a minute. So like I said, there's going to also be kind of like a small meeting space here where like a small group of people can come and just talk about things. And I added in the TV from Get Famous and the pie chart. I love this Christmas tree. It actually came with Seasons, and I believe it's the one that's already decorated. And this is kind of like our banquet area here. I did a couple things that I wouldn't normally do. So that carpet that you see is actually from the Vampires pack. And typically I wouldn't use something like that because I try to be kind of neutral with my flooring and wallpapers, just because it's easier to add accessories a bit later on. But for some reason I was really moved by the colors, kind of like this grayish purpley look. I can't even really describe it. I guess it's more on the gray side, and then it's like that pink is kind of like a really, really soft baby pink, maybe even like a baby peach. I don't know what moved me to use those colors together, but I really feel like it worked in the end. And it also matches some of the kind of softer tones that are a part of Get Famous. Now, I know Get Famous is usually kind of known for like its bolder tones, like its golds, but it does have a lot of softer tones, and I feel like that paired very well with the carpeting. Here we are back outside. I'm just adding in some things around our ice skating rink here. I put a DJ booth just to add a little bit liveliness and interactivity. So if your sim was a DJ, they'll be able to play music while other people skate around. But if you don't want the DJ booth there, the skating rink or the ice rink works perfectly fine without it. And it also has its own kind of control panel, so you can set the music if you don't want a DJ there or if there isn't a DJ present. And I'm just adding in some of these stalls that I believe also came with Seasons. So it's kind of like a hot cocoa one and a apple cider one, so winter and fall. And I thought it was super cute. Of course you would have to hire your own vendors. I believe it is 100 simoleons per booth. And also on the inside where our kind of like pastry area is, I believe you can also hire a barista, and it should be 100 simoleons. So yeah, back into the build. This is like our karaoke room here, and I added in that big karaoke station from City Living and the seating that came with Dine Out. And I thought it was really cool to kind of have like this one big L shape, or I guess it's technically shaped more like a J, kind of J-shaped couch, just so It can kind of be like a party vibe. My only grievance with these chairs is that more Sims can't sit on them. Like, they are huge, right? But like the corner pieces, well, actually all of them, like only 2 Sims can sit on each piece. And you would think at least 3 Sims will be able to fit with how large they are, but you know, whatever. Now I'm just adding in some paintings and some lightings here. I want the lighting in this room to be kind of dim. So yeah, I do add in 2 ceiling lights, like for the daytime, say for instance if you had staff in there trying to clean or whatever. But during gameplay, I do recommend that you turn off the 2 kind of round lights hanging from the ceiling, just so you can get more of a karaoke vibe in here. I really love the kind of stone wall texture that came with Seasons, and I feel like that is a recurring wallpaper that I use throughout this build, and I really like it. I really like it a lot. Now we are back in kind of like our, what do I keep calling it, like a pastry room? It's not a pastry room, I guess it's kind of like a cafe, or I don't know, like a mini bakery. I don't know how you would categorize it, but I'm just going to call it cafe. So yeah, there's like the little station where you can get pastries and hot drinks from, and I'm adding in a lot of these little items that we got with the most recent winter holiday pack update. So I love the little black paintings with the white drawings on them. I really love them. It's very classic winter feels, and I felt like this was the best place to use them. And I also had an opportunity to use the new ceiling light. It's kind of in the corner. It's like the rectangular light with the kind of garland hanging around it. I really like it. If you haven't had a chance to explore the new build items, or the buy items rather, that came with the holiday pack update, feel free to check out my video on it. I just kind of give my opinion and kind of speculate what I would use these items for. So if you're interested, I would link it on the screen and in the description box below. So yeah, now we are kind of in our reception area. So this will be basically the first thing your Sims see when they come into this lot. And I love the kind of garland poinsettias. I guess it's kind of like a, yeah, it's kind of like a poinsettia garland that I use on top of the counter. This counter came with Get to Work, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pairing it with some base game islands, just kind of extending the space and making 2 spaces for people with computers. Maybe their staff, maybe it's like a public use computer, who knows, but the space is there. And then I just changed that floor to one of the marble options that came with Get Famous, and I made kind of like a faux rug coming from the door with the same carpet on the 2nd level. Now I really love how this came out, so I sized up a couple of the little nutcrackers. I believe one came with Seasons and one is actually a part of the holiday pack, and then that other nutcracker outside I believe is definitely from Seasons, the more taller upright one. So yeah, I really like how they came out. I saw them earlier in the catalog and I wasn't going to use them at first. However, I thought about it and they were just super cute and I couldn't resist using them in this build. So yeah, now we're just adding in some more paintings and some more decor pieces, just really kind of filling up a lot of these blank walls. Our upper area is technically double height, even though you can't really see it now. So the building itself, I would say, is actually like 3 stories high, but the 3rd story is just an extension of the 2nd story, if that makes sense. Now we're back in like our banquet hall area, just adding in some more pictures around the place. I don't know, I just felt like it was necessary. I typically don't try to clutter my space up with too many pictures, but we had a lot of blank space on the walls left, so I just wanted to go ahead and fill everything in. And I just like the little moodlet your Sims get when a place is well decorated. So yeah, we're just kind of like on our back deck now. This area, you'll be able to kind of access the other parts of this lot. So you'll be able to access the skating rink, also the slopes in the gift area. So there's a little bridge off to the side, and you might see it a little bit. Yep, here it is. There's this little bridge, and I really love how it came out. Initially, I was just going to have some stairs coming from the ground to reach our kind of like gift shop and slopes, but I felt like it made more sense to have a bridge that extended from the deck area because more people would travel that way. Here we are using another item from the most recent holiday patch. So those tables, like I said, will be ideal in like a farmhouse. I really like them, and I thought they were appropriate here. And when it snows, you guys, everything is so beautiful, and you'll be able to see all of that in the screenshots. So yeah, we finally made it over here to our little holiday shop. And we have a lot of decorations up here. I think I might have went a little overboard with the decorations, but you know, that's okay. I really like how it came out, and I like the blue color that I chose. I really like it. It's just like a baby blue with golds and silvers, and I don't know, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And as you saw, there's just a couple of snowmen out in the front, or snow people out in the front, just ready to light the way when your guests arrive to this lot. So yeah, back into the holiday shop. Like I said, there's lots of wreaths, lots of garland, and I do end up adding some mannequins in here. Like I said, I would just kind of envision this as a shop, so why not have some mannequins showing off the latest trends in surfing gear and winter wear. So yeah, that's that. And of course, I had to add a little fireplace in here because it does get pretty chilly, and I feel like this well, obviously it's detached from the main building, but I feel like the fireplace just gives it more of that log cabin feel, and would match better with the actual aesthetic of this place. So yeah, speaking of log cabins, I've added in a lot of wooden furniture. So there's like that block with just a side table that has the little lamp sitting on it, and then there's also these log benches. So yeah, I just feel like that really plays up the fact that this ideally will be kind of like in a foresty area, but if not, it gives you that feel of a log cabin. So yeah, I really love how this turned out, and I had so much fun creating this build. I'm just adding in some more pieces. So that garland with the pine cones also came with the most recent winter holiday update, and I really love it. I was just so moved to use a lot of the items from that update, obviously because this is more of like a wintry build, and I don't know, I just really think that all of the free items that we got were beautifully made and done so well, so I had to show them off in this build. And now we're just kind of like in our upper area, so this area allows you to access the larger slope, and I'm just adding in some items here from various packs. So the couches are from Outdoor Retreat, and then there's some other decor pieces from other packs. Now I'm adding in these lampposts that came with the Outdoor Retreat pack. Yes, Outdoor Retreat, and I feel like this is perfect to help light the pathway at nighttime, and it just kind of gives more dimension, and it also just increases the impact that the elevation has, if that makes sense. I feel like being able to see these light posts kind of slope down just makes the hills look that much taller and that much more higher up in the sky, if that even makes sense. I'm trying to make sense, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. And pretty much one of the last things that we do in this build is we add a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a river, it's kind of like a pond or a very short creek, just a little body of water here and I add the rocks around it just to make it look a bit more natural. I wish we had a pond tool, like that would be amazing, but you know, maybe in the future we'll be able to create ponds. But for now, I'm just creating a pool and trying to finesse everything with these rocks. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and again, happy holidays. And if you don't celebrate the holidays, happy winter feels. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day and will have a wonderful holiday or whatever they choose to do with this time of the year. I just want to say thank you again. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and feel free to click that notification bell again, that way you never miss an upload from me. You can follow me on my social medias as well if you so choose to do so. My Instagram handle is Simply-Nisey. I like to post up my thumbnails and a couple things from my personal life if you're interested. And you can definitely find me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Simply-NiseyYT. I communicate with you all the most over there. And if you want to download this build, follow me on Origin. My Origin ID is Simply-Nisey. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.